Hello guys, I am Nidhi Pagalwadi, your science teacher, Sankalp Learning Solution. In the last class, we discussed regarding thermal power plant and hydroelectric power plant. In today's class, we are going to discuss how we apply the technology in conventional sources of energy. So in olden days, you might know regarding this fact that wood was extensively used to cook the food. Wood as well as charcoal was used to get the heat. Okay, so here these organic materials like wood and the other waste, no doubt they will provide the heat, but rather than the much heat, they will give more smoke. Okay, so it was a very slow process. So to remove that, when we applied technology to this, it became a very useful product. Okay, that we are going to learn today. So how we applied uh, technology in conventional sources of energy, right? So here what happens, the organic materials or the waste, by it might be the human waste, it might be the animal waste or the vegetable peels, fruit peels and all. So these waste, what we can call, these will be there and these will produce certain amount of energy which can be used for various purposes. So that is called as biomass. What is biomass? The organic waste of a living matter. Biomass means the living matter, we can call. It is a living matter, residue and waste of animals, cow dung, human excreta. So various residues and the waste are called as biomass. These usually will be having the also considered as a organic waste. So how we can utilize this organic waste to release the energy so that we will get so that we can use that energy for various purposes that we are going to study today. So this biomass, what I said, like cow dung and all, as I said, they will provide less heat but more smoke. To alter that, we have to apply or we have to follow a different method for it. So usually for this, we are going to design a tank which is dome shaped, a dome shaped tank. Fine. In the dome shaped tank, what happens? We are putting slurry. What is slurry? Slurry is nothing but it consists of the organic waste like vegetable peels, fruit peels, then human excreta, etc. plus cow dung, vegetable, fruit. Okay, so this all will be mixed with the water. Okay, and then these all will be introduced into the tank. Fine. And then inside the tank, along with some cow dung, we will amount some amount of soil, and inside the tank it will be the foundation, what we can call, this portion of tank will be filled with certain level of soil. So all these waste will be put in this tank, and as we know it is a dome shaped, no oxygen is allowed to enter in. So what happens to these waste? To these waste undergo decomposition. Decomposition. What do you mean by decomposition? Decomposition means the complex substances, what we can call the complex organic substances, will be converted into simpler molecules or simpler substances by the action of microorganisms, which we call it them as, which we call as organisms, which we call as decomposers, right? So these microorganisms break down the complex substances in these organic waste into the simpler substances. Okay, that portion where this process will go on, so that part of a tank is called as digester. It digests means it converts the complex substances into the simpler substances. But remember, this step occurs in absence of oxygen. The decomposition happens in absence of oxygen by the action of microorganism. So this is called as anaerobic decomposition. Anaerobic decomposition of organic waste. So this anaerobic decomposition leads to production of gas. It leads to a production of a gas. This gas usually consists of the mixture. This gas we will call it as biogas usually. The gas which is formed due to anaerobic decomposition by the microorganism is called biogas, or in common word we call it as gobar gas. Okay, so this gobar gas which is produced, this biogas or a gobar gas which is produced, it will be a mixture of certain gases. So it contains the mixture of methane, CH4, what we can call methane. Then we will be having carbon dioxide, hydrogen and hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide. So these gases, all these gases forms the biogas. Okay. And the remaining, the decomposed substances which decomposed, no, though that is called as spent slurry. Because why it is called as spent slurry? Because the slurry is already decomposed. No more decomposition occurs, no more gas will be produced there. So the slurry which is already decomposed in absence of oxygen by the action of microorganism is called as spent slurry. That spent slurry will be used as a manure in the fields, will be used as a fertilizer in the fields. And whatever the gas is released, the biogas which is released, it will be having separate outlet. And that gas is used for cooking, for heating, etc. So this is called as biogas or a gobar gas plant, in which we are adapting anaerobic decomposition process so that the smoke will be less, and whatever the gas is produced, that gas will be efficiently or will be used good for the cooking. Okay. So here what is the main thing is this biogas, what we can call, this we will consider as renewable source of energy. It is one of the advantage. So when we go to the advantages of this one, okay. So renewable source. Why? Because the vegetable waste, the organic waste, we will be getting continuously, right? So this is called as renewable source of energy. This is considered as renewable source. And the second thing is, it is eco-friendly or environmental friendly, means it causes no smoke is released, okay, and no, we can call no residue, and no residue means no waste only. Whatever the slurry is decomposed, again it is used as the manure. So here we have no residue like ashes, smoke, etc. And it is used for various purposes like cooking, heating, etc. Right? So this is regarding and it is one more, it is very cheap, economically efficient, very cheap. So this is the main what we can say, the advantages of biogas, or we can say the biofuel. It is called as biofuel. Why it is called as biofuel? Because as the fuel is generated from the living matter, it is considered as biofuel, biogas, or the gobar gas. Okay, so here whatever the slurry will be there, no, it will be rich in nitrogen and phosphorus. Okay, so as it will be rich in nitrogen and phosphorus, and as the plant needs nitrogen and phosphorus in a larger quantity, so this slurry will be used as a manure in the fields. Next, okay, then these are the advantages of biogas, and yeah, if we use this biogas or a biofuel in a large scale, so like sewage treatment, biogas treatment, if we did in a waste treatment, if we did in a large scale, so this project will be clicked and it will be utilized for various purposes. Okay. So in the next class we are going to deal with one more conventional source of energy, which is called as wind energy. So we know that winds are nothing but it is due to the movement of a air, or a flow of air causes winds. It is due to the temperature gradient also on the earth's surface also leads to the formation of the winds. So that current of winds will be responsible for the rotation of the turbine from which we will get the electricity. So in the next session we are going to deal in detail with the windmills as well as windmills and wind energy. Until that, take care. Have a nice day. Bye bye.